What up, 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 what up? Peace, family. It is I gotta, it's me, master student. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna wear it. It is me, your brother, the master student. Um, and I wanna talk about Alicia Keys. Um, I didn't want to believe this. I don't like this type of thing. I don't enjoy it. I believe that people are crazy. They're like being on the fringe of a topic is so popular. Um, Mr. Goodburger 510. Salute to you. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm grateful to have you in the building. Yeah. So I am. I don't like people who operate on a fringe and they just throw crazy ideas out there and they just say anything. I don't like those type of people. Um, and sometimes it's hard to tell what's real or what's not in the matrix. So I'm going to start this off by telling you a story. Matter of fact, here, now that I think about it, I don't want to tell you a story. All I want to do, to be honest with you, is just kind of to check the facts, to check the receipts. And if I had to guess, you probably want to do the same thing. So I'm going to indulge you. Let's see if we can check some receipts. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Think. Did Alicia Keys try to get signed with Bad Boy Records? Oh my God, that is so malarkey. Did he say he didn't sign Alicia Keys? Yes, Diddy confirmed he didn't sign Alicia Keys. In 2000, she had an album release put on hold when her former label's head, L.A. Reid, was ousted. She later signed with J Records, which was formed by L. Reid. Diddy, who was and also involved with the music industry at the time, was not the person who ultimately signed Keys. I need you to understand what I'm saying. When when Alicia Keys was here, let me just kind of pause for a second. Put some respect on a brother's name. Peace and love, D Calico. How are you?
Hey, all is well. Glad to be in the building.
Always glad to have you. Brother, this is very rhetorical, but I have to stay true to port protocol. Before we continue, brother, can you tell the family who you are and where we can find you at?
Hey, smash that like button because you are now, in the DeCalico show. So, you actually might be in the place to be unless you viewing this from another location. But irregardless, DeCalico show on YouTube.
This is the D Calico show. Let me take this banner off, brother. I need you to come in here and kind of clean this up and let's get. I got the Crumb TV thing up here. Take that off. That's misleading. Um, and on my thing, I'm going to change it from Crumb to just Master Student. I need y'all to know that I'm the Master Student. Anyway, so yes, the Master Student and D Calico on the D Calico show. Put some respect on his name. All right, so good, brother. I was telling my part of the story. I don't like fringe information where people just say stuff out of the you know imagination of their imagination. Give me something to chew on. Give me some meat. Give me some potatoes. I don't just want to be in your delusional world. So I want to give you something to chew on. When Alicia Keys first tried to get signed, she auditioned for Bad Boy Records. Ultimately, Diddy did not sign her, as we already know. But what we may or may not know is the reason Diddy said he didn't sign her. Um, And that's the part that I want to show you. I got a little too many too many windows open, so give me just a second. Let me close some of these out here. Mm, so much stuff going on in the background. You wouldn't believe it. Okay, found it. Okay. So here we go. Did Sean Combs say he didn't sign Alicia Keys because she looks like a boy? Oh my God. Let me try man. She looks like a man. Looks like Sean Combs said he didn't sign Alicia Keys because she looks like a man. Trying to see if I can find anything. So ultimately, when I first heard about this, everybody said Diddy was so stupid. Everybody said Diddy missed the opportunity for not signing Alicia Keys. The statement everybody refers to the situation of L.A. Reid, then president of Arista Records, was ousted in the company. Arista, it's just the same information. Everybody talked crap about Sean Puffy Combs for not signing Alicia Keys. And eventually, I don't know if it was TMZ or whoever or whatever the case may be, but they approached Diddy, Puffy, Sean, whatever. They approached him and they asked him, "Why did you not sign Alicia Keys?" Alicia Keys said, I'm sorry, Diddy said he didn't sign her because she's a man and she looks too much like a man. Brother, what do you think about that statement?
Yeah, I mean that's very telling because obviously, Puffy knew what we didn't know, you know, and in his eyes, he didn't see enough femininity to pull this one off. So he didn't think it would work, and eventually it did. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if any of us have ever seen her in person, but what they've given us on TV, we thought that was a woman.
Let me see if I can try this one more time. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Puffy said Alicia Keys looks like a boy because she was wearing braids. I meant to say Diddy, sorry. It is unclear if Puffy, aka, ever made a statement about Alicia Keys looking like because of her braids. Let me see if I can find it. Can't tell me nothing about these braids. Uh, did he talk bad about Alicia Keys' braids? There's no reliable. Okay, that's why I really like last year. And this is what I keep telling y'all. Y'all don't appreciate what y'all got, and me included. I didn't appreciate Skynet last year. Skynet was the best. This year, you can't get no information out of Skynet. Things have really changed.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep. Like
so
anybody who's probably new to researching, they would think what they're reading now is absolute. But if they've been researching maybe the same thing for years, they'll see that Google doesn't have the same information from 5 years ago.
correct.
And it's sad. Like if it wasn't for screenshots, we would have no evidence to prove this. But then there's many things we don't have the screenshots for.
So Diddy said face to face, no makeup, whatever, natural hair. Alicia Keys looked like Allen Iverson, and that was the vibe that he was getting. We know that Alicia Keys was famous for her, well, she wore her braids iconically, and we know also Allen Iverson wore braids iconically. Um, so when we're dealing with that story, when I first heard the story of Diddy criticizing her braids some 20 years ago, it was a "We Hate Diddy" party because we love Alicia Keys, and I was on that bandwagon. I loved Alicia Keys. I loved her braids. I thought Diddy was the most ridiculous person I could think of for even saying that about her braids. They looked good to me. Um, I didn't understand why he said that until because I think she did like a documentary or something like that. She really went hard against Diddy for talking bad about her braids. And a lot of people went hard against Diddy for talking bad about her braids. And that was the part that we all focused on. The part of him saying that she looks like a boy. We were like, Diddy's crazy. And I remember that. I heard it. Diddy said it. I threw it in the trash. I never thought about it again. Fast forward 20 years later, I'm scrolling down Facebook, fake book, and guess what I see? I see this. D Calico post this. May I play it, please? Or did you want to say something
Yeah,
before
yeah,
we
yeah.
begin?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Yes, sir. No, we don't hear nothing.
Well, that's probably good. YouTube ain't playing that stuff where y'all play people music.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, and
And speaking of music, and speaking of Alicia Keys, it's ironic that I'm on this episode because Alicia Keys. Well, it's actually DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled stole my song and put Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj on the song. Mhm. Like I know you remember that song "Nobody Knows" that I made a long time ago, and it was a great song. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no disrespect. That was probably your best song.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that song got stolen by DJ Khaled with Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj. Now tell me why nobody knows about the song. Nobody knows that Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj made a song. Nobody. Nobody knows that. Mm? Two of these the biggest artists to collaborate and nobody know the song. Yeah, because he didn't want to put a lot of attention on it because it's stolen. But my song nobody knows. I'll probably make a clip and demonstrate. Yeah, that is the same song. It's been stolen. Now they didn't steal the verses, but they stole the beat and the hook. They like what we had going on.
Right. So I saw the pictures that you posted and I said, okay, fine, whatever. Then I got about halfway through, a little bit less than halfway, and you started posting some really interesting pictures. Can you talk about this picture just a little bit?
Like it, this is her mom, huh? Yeah, yeah. This one here is Alicia Keys' mother, which I don't know how many of us might have known that she was a pure Caucasian. As a matter of fact, the mama looked like Jane Elliott. You know what I mean?
Damn, Gina.
With this young Alicia, and it almost looked like a 5 o'clock shadow, man. I'm just saying, you know, if a young brother look in the mirror and see a little darkness around his chin, he gonna feel like a man, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's definitely Jane Elliott for a mother.
Now, who is this right here?
That's the same woman, ain't it?
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we see her mother right here when she's young. This is her mother when she gets older. I don't know if her mother is flagging with that purse. Is
Mm-hmm.
that just a cute purse, or did
Yeah,
she,
yeah. Or is that rainbow?
or is she trying to tell you something without telling you something?
And hasn't the mom had a haircut for a long time?
Now, this right here, right here,
Mm-hmm. That look like daddy.
I know about that haircut.
That look like daddy keys.
That's that brother, do you remember Pat?
Say it again, brother. Do I remember?
Do you Pat?
Mm-mm.
Such an ambiguous question. I apologize.
No, I don't remember which Pat in particular.
So there was this person who had a TV show named Pat. Pat TV show. Uh, this is a black girl. There's a white girl. This is an old TV show of this white girl named Pat, and nobody knew if Pat was a man or a woman. This is
Hey, I got a brother that pointed out a long
Pat,
time ago.
sexually ambiguous.
I had a brother point out a long time ago that just about 90% of white women look like their father. You know, and I don't mean that in a good way. I mean they look like a man in the face. This is
The
something about them.
Pat that I'm referring to came out before Saturday Night Live. It was old, and we never could figure out if Pat was a guy or a girl, and it was ambiguous and super duper funny. This was
And
before
it
the
was a
whole.
woman, Julia Sweeney. They're saying.
Well, I don't think this is the Pat I'm referring to. I don't think it was this person. The Pat I'm referring to doesn't even. I don't know. This might be it because it's such a long time
Or it
ago. But
might
I
be a
don't.
parody about Pat, because that
It
might
might be. That's what I'm thinking. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Saturday Night Live. You know how they do.
Yeah. But
They're not original. They just imitate other things.
right, right, right. Which is cool. No problem.
Hmm.
Uh, but it was just so funny because nobody knew what Pat was.
Yeah.
Um,
It
anyway,
said androgynous in that description of the
right,
Saturday.
right, right. But back then people weren't. You know, we didn't play those games back then. This how long ago it was when I was a kid when Pat was out. Let me let me get back to the sharing your thing. So yeah, I seen D Calico. He done shared this. I said D Calico done tapped all the way in. The mama sitting here looking like Pat, sexually ambiguous. I know about that haircut. That's
And
the
you know
hair.
what? And you know what Pat means.
What's
You know,
that?
Pat is where we get pater, meaning father. You know.
Right, teach.
Yep. Yep. So it's represent a man. You know, like name like Patrick is where we get patriarch.
So Alicia Keys' mama sitting here, got the daggone Pat haircut, looking like she dog whistling. When I say dog whistle, I mean a silent whistle that you and I can't hear, but the people she's speaking to get the message loud and clear.
Hmm.
So this is her mama with that Sarah haircut. Her mama looked like a Sarah, not a Karen, a Sarah. Damn near, yes. I was gonna say Mildred, but no, this is definitely Sarah. Um, and they both got that strong ass superhero jawline. And of course, you pointed out her whatever. So why did you put this one in here? I didn't understand this one.
I guess that's a baby bump. You
Right,
know,
that's supposed to be the
yeah, just like Beyonce did the baby bump.
Beyonce, yeah. And this is her mama again.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
Pat Keys,
right.
Patrick Keys.
I didn't understand why this picture would even be in here, but okay, no problem. Uh,
Yeah,
let's see what else we got.
it's just giving you more of a more older photos of this guy, because we got to be able to study you know what makes a woman. You know, like the Adam's apple has been the easiest way, but we don't look at shoulders. You know, like a woman's shoulders, like that's why they say women have childbearing hips, right? So when we talk about real women who've had children and they have childbearing hips, well, their shoulders would not protrude their hips.
Right,
Broad shoulders is a masculine trait. You know.
correct. Now, with this, I see where she's playing. Now, let's assume she's a woman. Let's just assume for a second she's a woman. This type of picture, when women do it, and they do, it would be
Hmm.
considered gender bender.
Hmm.
This is a picture where she plays a gender bender where she's still in her feminine. She has the makeup, but she's in her masculine because a part of the occult representation of wearing the pants is a masculine idea. And to sit like that, do you know what that position is called when you sit like that?
What is it called, brother?
It's called a man gap.
Wow.
You ever heard of a man gap?
No, 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 no. But I understand it.
Let me see if I can pull up some receipts. Man gap sitting. Man gap sitting. Man spreading. I'm sorry, excuse me. My apologies. My
It's done.
feminist lingual is off. Man spreading is a term that refers to the practice of men sitting with. Can you see my screen?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
Uh, what did I say? The practice of men sitting with their legs wide apart in public transportation or other public seating areas, often encroaching on space of others. Lots of words. Let's see some pictures. There it is. Man spreading. So when men sit like that, it's considered rude and very masculine, obviously. So now we're going to see where, let's say, for the sake of the conversation, Crumb and D Calico are crazy, which not saying we're not, because I think it would be reasonable and fair to not rule that out. But in the instance that we're not, we can see where she's man spreading. She's wearing the pants. She's man spreading. She has the bravado, which is very masculine of her. Very, very. So let's see what we got next. Another
Yeah.
masculine outfit. This is another gender bender where she plays tomboy at the very least. Crumb, this is not boy, this is tomboy. Okay, maybe we can put it in that pot, but at the end of the day, this is definitely, at the very least, we're seeing tomboy here. What say ye?
And if that wasn't Alicia Keys, we would have questioned this a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, like that big moon pie face just ain't sitting right with me. You know, it looks horrible with makeup. It makes you think of somebody pretending.
So, brother, this right here is what we call a control. Do you see Bill Cosby?
Hmm.
Does he look like a man?
Yes, sir.
Do you see the little girl on his knee?
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're
Does
saying.
it
The little
d- d-
partner, the
does
little
it
partner.
look like a girl?
Now look like Little Richie.
This child right here looks like little Richie.
Look like Little Richie.
I think it looks like a little girl.
I guess I can't see it good enough. I mean, it looked like a boy with hair, almost.
Now, this right here,
Yeah, that's clearly a boy.
that's a little boy.
Hmm. Yep.
We
I got.
see a little girl, then we see a little boy. Not only does it look like a boy, I would go as far as saying it's dressed like a boy.
So which one is Alicia?
The second one, that's Alicia. This is Alicia right there.
What? That's clearly a boy.
That's Alicia Keys.
I'm talking about that motherfucker dwarfed the little one that I was questioning.
So
Damn.
this is Bill, Bill the Pill. little girl. She's
So
she's
that's not
chilling.
Alicia.
That's not Alicia, no.
Yeah, she's lighter than that. So yeah.
Coming in, this is Alicia.
Oh my God.
Alicia not only
I'm
looks
just gonna
like
I'm
a
just
little
gonna call him Al. It's just Al. you know, we're just gonna stick with the first two letters. It's sexually ambiguous at this point. So we're gonna call her Al. Al Keys, not Al Green.
and maybe I'm missing something. Let me go to the family. Family, press 000 if that looks like a little boy. Press 000 if at the very least it's dressed like a little boy. At the very least, this kid is
Like
dressed like a little boy.
like let's
And
be let's be honest. That looks like a young image of Crumb. Uh, that looks like little Crumb. That's obviously a boy. And I wouldn't be surprised if Crumb was on the Cosby Show by the looks of things. You know, but you trying to tell me, nah, there ain't no woman. That's a boy. All day,
that
all day.
that's a whole little boy.
Mm-hmm.
This tomboy thing, this whole tomboy situation. Where's the other one? With the Adam's apple and the Butch mom.
Damn, look at Dad's throat. Look at the throat on Dad
Where dad at?
right there. Now go back right there. Look at Pat. Look. Nah, that up close with the haircut.
That's not.
Sit
You
in
know
the car.
what?
Sit in the car. Look at Pat's neck.
He said, "Look at the dad."
Pat has an indention like he went and got his completely snatched. You
Right.
could tell something used to hang there, and now it's empty. You know.
Well, listen, brother. I didn't want to talk you
I
to
don't.
death or
Yeah,
nothing
we
like
want to
that. I just want to kind of just tap in, deal with that. Where did you post that at? Where can we find this video at?
Yeah,
What the heck?
Morris Master Teachers, the business page on Facebook.
All right, so family, Morris Master Teachers business page on Facebook. He's right here in the comments, so you can find him that way. His page is on fire. Go hit him, hit that, smash that follow button, hit the like button, tap all the way in. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Is Alicia Keys, was Diddy right? Was I don't know. Is there any more evidence that alludes to this? I don't know. Brother, I just have one request of you.
Yes, sir. You can guarantee we'll do it again.
Let's do it again. Until next time, brother. Thank you again.
Show peace.
All right, peace.